Good evening. She says she was beaten by her husband for almost 20 years. He went to jail after a guilty plea, but now she may be responsible for paying the man who abused her spousal support. We begin with the story of a woman who fled physical abuse only to say the courts may now end up imposing financial abuse.
My marriage was a violent one. It was full of love and hate in equal measures.
We are hiding her identity to protect her and her two daughters. Her story of an abusive marriage is a familiar one. Regular beatings and then apologies and then beatings again.
I was kicked in the face. I was punched in the face. I used to hide under the comforter and he'd beat my head.
The violent cycle went on for 18 years until, she says, he went too far. What made you finally leave?
He beat my daughter. He beat his child. The day he beat his child, there was no way.
She called police and her husband was charged. This document shows he pled guilty to 2 counts of assault and was sentenced to 1 day in jail plus 8 already served. But now, to make matters worse, as she is struggling to rebuild her life, he's demanding spousal support, $696 a month. What do you think about having to pay the man who abused you for 18 years and spent time in jail for beating you?
You know, I went through many suicidal thoughts. Couldn't find a way out. I mean, you cannot wrap your head around this. If somebody beat you on the street, you would never pay them. But because you beat your spouse, that's okay.
Under Ontario divorce law, equalization payments are designed to put each spouse on the same financial footing. Her husband was on disability and not working. We spoke to her lawyer on the phone, who told us when the wife is the breadwinner and a victim of abuse, she has 2 choices, generally to reconcile with her husband or pay him. Neither is palatable for this woman.
You should pay the person who beat you. You know, he is being awarded for beating you, and you're going to pay him to do it. So inevitably, maybe you're going to go back. I know I've had thoughts of going back, because what else can I do?
The woman isn't sure how much longer she can fight this case. She says she's running out of money to pay her legal fees. She says he's not, though, because he is getting legal aid. Now, I did talk to another lawyer who suggested ultimately the case is up to a judge and they may not want to order spousal support in a case like this. And a City News viewer reached out to us with this story. If you have a news tip, here are some of the ways you can get in touch with us.